All right. Ed, do you want to do takeoff? You want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay. Put your hands right here.
No.
Oh, shit.
Billy.
It's okay.
You put my hands here?
Yeah, just hold on. Hold on right there.
All right.
And just hold it right there, like you see it. Yep, just hold right there, and maybe a little bit forward, right about
Forward?
there. Yeah, just right there, right there. Nice, easy. Okay, just pull back a little bit.
Pull back.
Just pull back a little bit. Yeah, pull back a little bit more. There you go. Now it's a little bit too much. Just pull it forward a little bit.
You got it. You got
it forward. Stop fighting me. Let go.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, shit.
You're trying to do the Big Ten departure.
Yeah, I was...
Whoa.
Okay.
All right. No more.
Too much? That was too much for you guys?
Yeah, it was a bit much for those guys.
Too much.
That drop got you?
Yeah, just
should have felt that shit up here.
Put your hands in.
Oh my God, dude. Hey, I was trying to film at the same time too. Driving film.
Put your hands in your pocket.
Oh my God. You're in great hands, bro. What are you talking about, dude? All I got to do is keep it balanced with the yellow line here, dude. Get off this plate. I got it, man.
Who are you, and what are you doing in my airplane?
Oh man, I am Ed Reed, Hall of Fame safety, and I'm the safety on this plane right now. I am on the plane because I have my partners in the back. Eunice, Connor Ferguson. That's how I hooked up with Captain Bill here, and I am the second co-pilot after Connor.
Right.
And we are Super Bowl traveling. This is a Super Bowl road trip like no other.
Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, it is Super Bowl Sunday, right?
We're leaving the Super Bowl.
We're leaving Vegas to go to a freaking Super Bowl watch party. And I know everybody's like, they are actually leaving Vegas. Yeah, we left Vegas, and we're going to watch the game somewhere else. So
That's a pro move, though. That is a pro move.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome, man.
Solar.
This is pretty awesome. You know, I never did anything like this. Hampshire never flew in any plane for that matter outside of on PlayStation in front.
Oh, so you've been in private planes before, though?
Yes.
In the back, yeah.
Yeah, I never rode in the front though.
What do you think?
This is awesome, man. I can see where they dropped a bunch of bombs at in Vegas.
That's right, actually. That area right there to the right of us is a huge restricted area for Vegas.
Wow. Yeah, it looked like they dropped something for show right here.
Yep.
This don't look like normal. And thank you for your discipline.
Why do you say that?
I read your shirt and I woke up with the thought of that.
Discipline equals freedom.
It hit me last night when you was like, I'm going to get rest and all this. You're like, in case I haven't been watching you, man, I'm like, you know, I learn from great people. When you're around greatness, you recognize it and pick up something from it. I read your shirt. Discipline is freedom. This is definitely freedom. Discipline.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're watching, what Ed is talking about is last night we were out in the casino, and the first night I stayed out with them like all night, had fun. We were playing gambling probably till like 5 in the morning. And then last night I knew not only are we flying right now to L.A., but right when Ed gets done his appearance, we got to fly back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so I know I'm going to be up till like, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Eastern time flying. I can't be tired. Like, these guys can sleep in the back or sleep up front.
Yeah.
But it's, you can't go out drinking the night before.
Right.
Yeah, got to get sleep.
Got to be disciplined, man.
But what was it like when you were playing? Was it the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I would never drink before a game. Obviously you got to get your rest so you can be at optimum levels, to perform at your best. Like, it's like football. You think about it, from a team aspect of just the details, like sitting up here. As you went through the checklist, I'm just looking and you're just hitting buttons. Like, you've done it a million times, and repetitions obviously is everything, man. But little small things that you got to pay attention to, like you can see it, same. It's freaking awesome.
The other thing that you talked about with his discipline equals success, piggybacking on what Ed said, that I think is in a real world application of that is, I'm someone who is, very split brain business and creative. And I was in a creative field for a very long time, and it took me several years to channel the business brain of me. And so I say that to say, I needed mental freedom in the sense of a calendar, okay? And it took me years to start calendaring stuff. Once I got comfortable calendaring stuff, the discipline to put meetings down, 1:30 on Tuesday, 2:30 on Thursday, whatever that is. Once I got disciplined enough that I didn't use, I need mental freedom, man, I'm a creative, and started calendaring everything I needed to do that day, that week, it allowed me so much more freedom because when I wasn't on the books, I could be off the books, and I didn't feel in the back of my head that I should be doing something. I'm guilty for taking a nap. I shouldn't go to the gym and work out. I shouldn't take an extended lunch meeting with a colleague. Doesn't matter because I've blocked that time to be free. So the discipline to be organized and structured allowed me that freedom. And that's what I took when Ed said discipline is freedom. And that's an example in the real world that clicked for me.
Yeah, that saying actually that's on that shirt, it's a guy named Jocko Willink. He's a retired Navy SEAL. He wrote a book called Extreme Ownership with his business partner, Leif Babin. There are a couple Navy SEALs that, when I was a helicopter pilot for the Navy, those guys were jumping out of the back of my helicopter. All the SEALs that we'd fly around, they would parachute out, they'd fast rope out. We do a ton of training down in San Diego with them. And those guys built an amazing platform of business coaching. And, I mean, this guy's a, BJJ fighter, wakes up at 4 o'clock every morning, takes a picture of his watch, got big on social media, runs a big podcast, been on Joe Rogan, done all that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, that's Jocko's shirt, not my saying.
That's awesome.
He's been a huge inspiration to me. And Ed, like you were talking about, I take a little something from everybody too. Like I watch. I think that's something that may be something unique is being able to observe other people and grab some of those things and make your own. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I really believe that's missing, and I mentioned that about the league now. Is like you don't have all the older veterans like the Derek Masons, the Jonathan Ogdens that was in my locker room that I could go to or just watch Peter Bowear, the discipline or seeing stuff you do. Just as simple as ice tubbing, hot tub, sauna. Like you see them guys constantly in the training room. My whole career, I watch Ozzie Newsome every day before practice, walking on the treadmill. Like every week, never man, I know where to find him. Which gave me, his ear all the time, which I knew to go. But, just little stuff, like you say, you pick up, man, because it's another way to learn. Another way to better yourself outside of the knowledge that you're getting through books and your own research. You learn from other people's experiences what not to do. It's no different than studying tape. I told this to Troy Polamalu at the Pro Bowl. He was like, what are you looking at? I'm like, I'm looking at you. If you make a mistake or you miss an interception by 1 yard, by a fingertip, I'm trying to make up that fingertip, dude. So how can I make that fingertip up? You started at 21, at 20 yards. I'm going to start at 19. Like it got to the point where I realized I didn't even have to backpedal in a play or two. I wouldn't move because I knew if I sat at that 17-yard marker that the safety I watched the week before backpedal to and break from, I could just sit at 17 yards and not have to move, and the play would develop, and I knew exactly what to do. So those little things, man, that you pick up on, definitely got to learn from each other. Yeah, it wasn't the elite. It was like I said, whoever really played.
Anybody.
You can learn from anybody.
For sure.
You're still learning from our kids. So yeah, you can learn from anybody, man. It's no different than going and do D-line drills because I rush punts. I go over there and work with the D-line. I go work with the receivers because I want to know what their mentality was. You
think that's what helps people get to that level? Like you were at a level that nobody else can achieve, really. Like not just the NFL, which is really hard to get in, but then the Hall of Fame and winning the Super Bowl. And there's got to be a next level of discipline. What would you say to somebody who's finds themselves straying off the disc? How do you stay disciplined?
Yeah, man, you always got to refocus. One of the biggest things is, like I always say, the people you have around you. Somebody that that could bring you back, man. Like these guys back here. Glenn is one of those people. That I talk to constantly. Obviously prayer first. And everything. But you gotta have the right people around you, man. And obviously for yourself. Like if you don't have those dreams and aspirations, ambitions, yourself to have that discipline, self-discipline, it won't work, man.
We were talking about that on the way out here. I feel like I think most really high achievers are like intrinsically motivated. Like they're motivated on their own.
Yeah, you don't need nobody to tell you to go work out, study tape, do a little bit extra, One thing I always listen to is like, people say is like, what are you doing when nobody's watching? I was always doing something, stretching, catching balls, tossing the ball to myself, watching film, faking people out in the grocery store. It's like,
where does that come from? Came from your parents? Did it come from your family? Did it just come from inside? Where you think come from God? What do you believe?
Yeah, I really think a lot of it was spirit. Like a lot of stuff is just in me, sort of say. And some you pick up on, I tend to challenge my mind, like what you can do, how you can get better. There's so many little things you can get better at or use to get better. A teaching moment is something like I'm always looking for something that can help me get better. Like I said, man, if you going through a grocery store, you'll see me spinning off people like I'm returning an interception or something. I tell that to the young guy. I'm like, bro, you can practice damn near anywhere. Your steps. Because like I said, just like this, is so many little minute things that goes into it. The repetition. The more reps you can get at it, the better you get.
I saw you on stage yesterday. It was a really cool experience, actually. It was you and Reggie Wayne, and so 2 Super Bowl winners, and then next to 2 younger, a receiver and a corner.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see the difference in what I would call experience and probably also wisdom.
Yeah.
Where I think they were running and gunning in a time of their life where they think they're unstoppable.
Yeah.
And you guys had a lot more, like, it wasn't just the music. So for everybody listening, it was kind of like talking about music and getting pumped up and those kind of things. It was at Jimmy Fallon's studio, put on by Verizon. And but they were running and gunning, and you guys were kind of like, hey, sharing the wisdom with them. It was interesting to watch the dichotomy between the 2 of those. And I'm not sure if they really were listening. And I feel like sometimes, like for me as being a mentor in real estate and business, I feel like there's a lot of times we just got to get burned sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, it's okay to... Like,
you're going to have to go through some stuff on your own. I believe that. It's like a kid growing up, right? As much as we told our kid, don't touch it, like, until you really go and experience yourself, it's not the same, Now, I don't know, man. I think Sauce and those guys kind of picked up on something, man. I mean, obviously we can still learn from them. I think they picked up on something. I know Amara did. He took the in the air tonight song. He's like, I'm putting that on my playlist.
Oh yeah.
He's like, that is definitely one that I never really listened to. I was like, that's what's up, man.
When you guys were talking about, did it pump up the Ravens fans? I can tell you from the stands, it did for sure.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. I already know it. Like you can feel it.
Yep.
I know I can feel it.
Yeah, a couple things. One, the most recent thing talking about, like, did the younger guys pick up on the messaging and do you need to get burned? I think as we get older and we realize we have wisdom to depart, even if they don't receive it then, chances are they'll get it at some point, and it shouldn't allow us to stop giving guidance, giving message, giving help to those who may or may not receive it, because at some point it will click to them. And even if it doesn't, we did our part to kick that information, that wisdom into the world. Do you know what I mean?
I totally agree with that. And I think a lot of times, sometimes like Ed is talking about, you got to like touch the stove once.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and then what you'll do is you'll recall that information that you got from someone.
Come back to you.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so it will
seed it years ago, and then it comes back. Yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, you'll realize and say, oh, I remember when I heard that. And even if it's subconsciously, I feel like
that's right.
It's really important for us to not constantly be imparting that on the people that we come across.
Well, also that and not only that is, we don't need the instant gratification that they receive the message right away to know that we did our part. And I think that's the part that's missing in a lot of people is that message can get delivered. It doesn't need to be delivered right away, even though we sent it, like it's mail.
What did you, so you, I remember watching you. Obviously, I'm a huge Ravens fan. Anybody who knows me knows that.
The hat wouldn't say that.
Yeah, that's right. But it's I could just be wearing the hat for the talk. You know?
Shout out to your son for the hat.
Oh yeah, Will, buddy. I told you I'd get it signed. I'll twist his arm and get it signed for you.
Right on. Make me land the plane.
That's right. Once you land the plane, he'll autograph it at post landing.
Glenn fell asleep on that.
No.
You were a safety, obviously, but then I remember you started running back kicks on special teams.
Yeah.
I'd say just selfishly, I'm interested to know like how that started happening. Like how did that come about?
I was a super athlete growing up. We played a lot of street football. You know, park ball just out in the street. Everybody had a chance to be a receiver. Like they don't do that no more. Everybody have to play defense. Everybody pretty much was a cornerback or a receiver or a quarterback. That was it.
Yep.
Everybody was a receiver. You could have, 10 people out there. Everybody going out one quarterback. So everybody had to play defense. Or we played like throw up tackle, like 1 against 19, and you just trying to score a touchdown. So I got used to faking people out. That goes back to my grocery store drills and shit, right? So I constantly did those things, man, as a youngster that I didn't know that were helping me now, right? It helped me when I got older. It goes back to the ball throw, right? I told you about ball throw. I never would think I'd be throwing javelin.
Yep.
I never would have thought that, right? Playing baseball, how that helped me track football. I didn't think I'd be in the NFL, in the fielding like that, so that helped me. Basketball helped me, so it's just little things, man, you pick up on you're doing in life, I learned from these guys behind us, as much as they might not know, constantly talking to Glenn. I know you ain't know it, though. I think they know we learn from each other, man.
And did they just say, "Hey Ed, you're going to go in special teams," or were you like, "Hey, I want to do this"?
Yeah, I was a special teamer. Like I played special teams. You go back my freshman year when you're in high school. That's how you get on the field.
Yeah.
A lot of kids like, I don't want to be a special team. Like, dude, you don't understand that it's just a football game. Everything in between that is a play in the game. Why wouldn't you want to be on the field at any given time? You can affect the game, right? Shit, me, coach, I can punt return because that's what I did my freshman year. My freshman year of high school, they called me over and I was the punt returner and kick returner. Backup quarterback, backup kicker, did everything. Coach, you need a guy. I'm your guy.
Yeah.
Down the O-lineman. I'm running on the field. Like, hey, what are you doing? We down the guy, dude. Like, I'm just running on the field. So, sometimes it's joke, but if we needed it, I was going,
Oh, you did it today. We're in the car, and you're like, "I'll push the plane."
Yeah, man. Like,
let me help you with the fuel.
At the end of the day, really, it goes back to what we really here for, and that's the service, right? We're here to serve. I had a lot of unselfish people around me growing up that I saw and learned from. Learned from my parents, my grandmother. I learned from them, watching them, things they telling me. But I learned a whole lot from watching them, watching people help people, man.
What's one piece of advice you would give to somebody who would listen, saying like they want to do something big, whether it's in business and life, even in their job, maybe they want to go to the NFL, whatever.
Yeah.
Like what's like the best piece of advice you could give to somebody who's younger right now, that's kind of up and coming, whether they're in high school or college or even just in their first time job?
I don't know about the best advice, but no, man, I would tell you to go at it. Like, don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Not even yourself. Go for it, man. Anything you put your mind to, you can do. Truly. Like, I know it sounds cliche, but it is the truest thing in the world. If you focus on it, discipline with it, you can do whatever you want to do, man. Don't let nobody discourage you from following what you want to do in life. Your dreams and everything, man. Do not let nobody, and that takes me to surrounding yourself with the right people. Like, I always go back to who you surround yourself with. Even today, right? I'm conscious of the people I surround myself with. You know, Glenn will tell you, like, we don't have a lot of people around us. You know, it's not a lot of people, and even the people who are like family.
Right.
You know, most of our friends, people like we consider them family. Like, I trust my people with my kids.
Right.
You know, and that's the type of people I want to have around me at the end of the day. Like, if I can't trust you with my kids, man. You know, and this is one of the things I would tell any young man or woman, young lady, don't get too high, don't get too low, man. Like, it's like flying this plane. You know, you have to keep that even. Like, cause people gonna praise you when you do good, and they're gonna slam you when you do bad. You know, and you don't have to be an athlete to go through that. You know, so never let yourself get too high, never let yourself get too low. Enjoy yourself, enjoy the W's, but you know, embrace the L's and learn from the L's too.
I think that's great advice.
After the young person does what they do, go through life, just watch what life brings you, man, when you surround yourself with the right people in life. Like,
That's right.
I'm a little kid. I'm a grown man now, but I was a kid from Metairie, Louisiana. We don't have more than a couple thousand people. You know, in my neighborhood, though I'm close to New Orleans, it was a real small community, you know, with not a bunch of resources, but great people, though, but impoverished situations, and I would have never thought that it'd bring me here, you know, so just got to have that discipline, man, the right people around you, and that self-focus, doing what you feel and love and do, like trust your gut type of thing, like spirit is not gonna lie to you, man. It's like when you naturally walk into some place, you can feel it. You know, your hair stands up on your arm for a reason. You get chill bumps for a reason. Like, trust those things, man. You know, that's one thing I think separated me as a football player. I trusted what I felt and believed it. I think a lot of people can't get out of their own way.
Never realizing where you could be right now. I think there's a lot of people that don't realize how big they can go if they just do the little things over and over, and it compounds over time.
Your dream's gonna take you so much farther than you think, like than you dream. You know.
Yep.
You might miss a goal here and there, but you're gonna be like, damn, well, I missed that, but I achieved this like crazy.
Yeah.
I wanted to lead the league in interception. That was one of my goals, but my number one goal is to win a Super Bowl. You know, lead the league, interceptions, be the number one secondary, be the number one defense. We were number one in red zone, and we won the Super Bowl.
You got the ring around your neck to show it.
Didn't care about anything else, you know.
So what I do right here, just kind of hold that yaw damper's coming on.
Hey, come on.
That's
All
me.
Bring it
All right,
up.
gears down,
Bring
flaps
it
landing, checklist complete.
Cleared, touch and go.
Runway 6. Wind's really calm. It's a perfect day for Ed to land.
up. Pretty awesome. Look at this. Look at this.
Need a little bit of power there. There we go.
He's up.
We lost a little bit of the wind, and all right,
Starting to
just
put it
hold.
down
Yep, just
now.
hold the nose a little bit off the runway. Just hold it right there. 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 A little bit more. A little bit more. There you go. Nice. See that?
Easy peasy,
These guys
lemon
are-
squeezy.
I hate everyone.
And my hands are not up, dude. My hands are on the freaking.
Charlie Alpha, Luxaver.
I on
BM5
purpose
Charlie
did
Alpha,
not
safely
look.
able, turn left there, Bravo.
I got to say, that was an enjoyable flight. Nice conversation. A great time talking to you guys. If somebody wants to find out more, like, what can I do for you guys? Can I sell some cigars? Can I promote something? What would be good?
Oh, you can direct them to, you know, the Ed Reed Foundation, edreedfoundation.org. You look us up, and, you know, our foundation speaks for itself. Tell you a lot about what we do. You can email us, reach out to us if you want to. The email address is on the page, you know. So, I mean, we do a lot of other things, but that's our job. You know, we give it back to the community, give it back to the world, you know. So, I know you want to add anything to that unit, Glenn?
Yeah, you know, we're in the process of raising a couple $1 million for this project called the Reed House, and that's just its working title. But really what it is, we're building a brick and mortar after-school program facility in West Baltimore, which will be about 3,500 square feet, and it's to provide some kids in inner city Baltimore that there's plenty of need, and there's a food desert where they are. There's some academic challenges, and so we are providing them a place to have some proper after-school programming and feed them food so they can have a chance in life among the other programs we have in West Baltimore.
That's awesome. Love it.
Yeah, man.
If you guys go there and check it out, and we'll see you on the next video.